Welcome to the Owners Club, Matthew Khoo. Very glad to have you today on our podcast, the Owners Club. Matthew, just so we can get started, obviously, other than your name, it shows there, Matthew Khoo. I want you to tell us just a little bit about yourself, introducing yourself to us and the community, so we know who you are and what you do.
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks, Gobble. Really glad to be here. Really excited about what you guys are doing, and yeah, also yeah, keen to hear more from about Bitstake and what you guys are all about. But yeah, a little bit about me. As mentioned, Matthew Khoo. I'm heading towards 40 years old, married, 3 kids, so very busy life personally, but I'm also the CEO of ICD Property. We're a private developer that does large-scale mixed-use developments across Australia. We've got projects going in Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, and another one actually over the Tasman in Auckland as well. And yeah, the focus as a development organization, we build buildings that stand the test of time. That's our motto. That's our mission. We really like to deliver projects that we can be proud of and ones that we feel offer value to our end purchasers.
Wow, I love it. I love the stand the test of time motto because obviously from our perspective or from a community perspective, we're looking for investments that will stand the test of time and as obviously it grows. So I love that. And I love that it aligns there. Now, can you share with us just the story of your first real estate deal and what did you learn from it?
Yes, this goes back a little while. About 16 years ago was my first purchase,
Yeah.
and it was one to live in for me and my wife. Thankfully, my wife was a good saver when she was growing up, so we managed to have a decent deposit and purchased a 3-bedroom walk-up apartment in South Yarra in Melbourne.
Nice.
And yeah, it was a really great investment for us. Well, we turned it into an investment after we moved out and bought another property. And I think it was our first investment. So we probably went in with a fair bit of ignorance, but it was a a really good investment in the sense that when we turned it into an investment, we realized it was also a property that a lot of people wanted to live in. And I think the key to that was like what really drew us to that property and why I think other people really liked it as well was it was 150 meters away from the train station.
Nice.
And walking distance to Chapel Street, which is where all the
Restaurants and
the
cafes are in
restaurants.
Melbourne. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, like intuitively, that's why we bought the property. We loved the area. We loved what it offered in terms of amenity and convenience. And I think we kind of just got lucky in that sense. It became a good investment for us, and other people wanted to to live there as well.
Okay, nice. So I'm guessing from obviously your perspective that you've learned obviously like good saver partner, which is a pretty good thing to have a partner that's a great saver. And then also just picking the right location, right? Because when you want to move out of it and turn into an investment, you want it to be attractive to the people that are going to come and live in it and whatnot.
Absolutely. I think what I've probably learned over my years in property is, and you hear it all the time, location, location, location. What did that actually mean, And I think it really means, buying a location that provides great amenity and convenience.
Okay.
You'll find sometimes that people they buy into mining locations, regional and all that. These amazing yields, like 10, 15, 20% returns.
Yeah.
And I think it's fraught with danger because there's a risk associated with that. Like, why is someone willing to sell you something that's giving you a 10 to 20% return year on year? Is because that could turn to 0% the next year when mining is up. and you got no demand.
Yeah.
I think big capital cities will never go wrong. If you're buying in Melbourne, buying in Sydney, you're buying in Adelaide, any of the big capital cities, and close to public transport, close to cafes, close to universities, all those sort of things. That's a good base of demand.
Okay, nice. And based on your perspective, obviously, and based on this is kind of tapping into your experience as well as a developer, you've obviously seen a lot of people invest in real estate, and a lot with your time, I assume you would have seen some people make some mistakes as well. So what are some common mistakes that you've seen investors make over time, or some might be some mistakes that you would have made over time as well,
Yeah.
and how can they be avoided from your perspective?